when I couldn't afford a dev team, I had to learn how this actually works. Not the marketing version. Not the hype. Not the version people sell in boot camps. The real mechanics. Because when money is tight, confusion is expensive. Most people think ChatGPT is thinking. It's not. It's a text prediction engine. Every time you ask it a question, it isn't reasoning its way to an answer. It's guessing the next most likely word based on patterns it learned during training. Then the next word. Then the next. One token at a time. It doesn't know anything. It predicts everything. That single realization changed how I use AI completely. Because once you understand that, you stop treating it like an authority and start treating it like a tool. And tools don't deserve trust. They deserve verification. There are a few things AI is not, and learning them early would have saved me months. AI is not conscious. It doesn't know it exists. It isn't aware of itself, and it can't reflect on what it just said. It doesn't sit there thinking, was I right? It doesn't check its own work. It doesn't remember what you told it yesterday. Unless someone explicitly built memory into the system, every conversation is the first time you've ever talked. Your chat yesterday? Gone. Your business context? Forgotten. Your strategy? Reset. For people who can't afford to keep repeating themselves, that's not a feature. That's a structural problem. AI sounds smart because humans mistake fluency for intelligence. If something speaks in complete sentences, uses the right tone, and sounds confident, we assume it knows what it's talking about. But AI is trained to sound confident. It learned that tone by absorbing billions of sentences written by people who sounded sure of themselves. Confidence is just another pattern it learned to reproduce. That's why it can be wrong and convincing at the same time. Confidence does not equal correctness. And if you've ever dealt with systems that sounded authoritative but didn't serve you, you already understand the danger here. Another thing most people don't realize is that AI doesn't think in words. It thinks in tokens. A token is a chunk of text, sometimes a full word, sometimes part of a word, sometimes punctuation. A word like unbelievable might be split into 3 tokens. That's why costs climb faster than expected. That's why you hit limits. That's why responses cut off mid-sentence. If you're bootstrapping, understanding this isn't optional. It's how you keep costs low and iterate fast. There's also a massive difference between training an AI and using one. Training is when a model reads billions of web pages to learn patterns. That happened once, long before you touched it. Using an AI is just querying those patterns. You're not teaching it anything new. You're not updating its knowledge. You're steering probability. That's why prompt engineering isn't magic. When you say think step by step, you're not making the AI smarter. You're increasing the likelihood that it predicts tokens in a logical sequence instead of jumping straight to a conclusion. That's it. No secret skill. No gate-capped science. Just understanding how to guide a probability engine. AI hallucinates for the same reason. It has to answer. Silence isn't an option. If it doesn't know something, and I don't know, isn't the most statistically likely response, it will fabricate something that sounds right. Not because it's lying, because it's predicting. I once asked for grant deadlines and got 3 programs that didn't exist. With details. With confidence. That's not cute. That's dangerous. Especially when real decisions are on the line. Context disappears for a reason too. Most AI tools are built for convenience, not accuracy. They prioritize speed over memory. Sessions reset. History evaporates. You can spend hours explaining your business model and lose it all overnight. And when that happens, there's no receipt. No record of what the AI said. No way to trace how a decision was made. No audit trail. That's why asking the same question twice can give you 2 completely different answers. AI works on probabilities, not facts. Every response is a fresh roll of the dice. And strangely, that can be a strength. When iteration is cheap, failure stops being fatal. You can test ideas, explore angles, refine thinking, and prototype logic without paying a team. That's an unlock, but only if you understand the limits. AI lies convincingly because it doesn't have a truth model. It doesn't know what's real. It only knows what sounds likely. If the words match familiar patterns, it will invent an answer that fits even if the underlying facts don't exist. That's why trusting AI blindly is risky. There's no accountability layer. If it's wrong, nothing happens. It doesn't learn. It doesn't lose credibility. Unless you add your own ground truth system, it just keeps guessing. Most AI tools forget everything because they're designed for chatting, not building. Chatting feels productive. Tracking is productive. Chatting is entertainment. Tracking is infrastructure. Persistent memory means what you say gets stored somewhere real, not just held temporarily in a session. It means you can reference past questions, audit past answers, prove what was said and when. Some tools do this. Most don't. And the difference matters. Auditability matters because eventually someone will ask where a number came from, why a decision was made, or what source you relied on. If you can't answer that, the problem isn't AI. It's the system around it. AI is a tool, not an authority. A very sophisticated autocomplete. You wouldn't trust autocorrect to write your business plan. You shouldn't trust AI to make critical decisions without double-checking either. The real risk isn't that AI is wrong. It's that it's confident when it's wrong. Humans are wired to trust confidence. That's the psychology trap. A wrong answer delivered confidently will beat a right answer delivered hesitantly almost every time. Using AI safely means setting rules. Never trust it blindly. Always verify. Don't use it where precision is mandatory. Legal compliance, financial decisions. Treat it like a research assistant, not an oracle. AI helps when you need drafts, ideas, or starting points. It hurts when you need accuracy, consistency, or accountability. Once you understand that, the confusion fades. AI doesn't make you smarter. It makes you faster if you're already thinking clearly. And when you build the right systems around it, AI stops being entertainment and becomes infrastructure. That's the difference. Not smarter models, smarter use. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.